but I'm gonna start this and I'm gonna pull it over. But look, this is what I drew up last night. This was the markup last night right here. So you guys will be able to see my screen. Is Devin on? Oh, Devin's on too. Let's go. So yeah, this is the markup. This is last night's markup right here from the sellers, the selling line. This is that same exact stop loss that we would have plugged in on every single level right here. Is this one. So that's the zone, that's the stop loss all through there, and literally this stop loss. We got in at 127, like 400 or whatever, to 450. And if you look at that, this was the stop, that 45 pip stop right there, and that's the exact 3-to-1. And that was the level because we sold it right here at like four something, 274 something, and it came all the way up right there, and then it had that drop down, set on that level, and then sunk all the way back down. But yeah, this was the trade, and I know you guys got wicked out on that, which is fine. I mean, you guys did a little bit smaller of a stop loss. I usually go, so if I do stop losses, I go 40, 45, 50, 30, 35, 40. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't normally keep them like 23, 27, 19. You know, I don't do like off numbers like that. I usually try to do like a round number. But yeah, that's that right there. And I mean, this would be up, would have hit 1-to-1 mark. That's been 1.2, 1.3. That would have been 13% ROI. And now it's just, you know, what is the market going to do from here? But no, I just wanted to point that out. So you guys seen that, you know, it could come close or it could get to the level, it could get there. But remember, we always have an entry exit strategy is what we have. So so our exit is here, and you know, this was like right there. I don't know exactly where you guys put it, but you know, right up here was the 3-to-1. This was the exact markup that was drawn, except for this was obviously all the way down here at the 3-to-1 point, because there's the risk to reward ratio of the 3, and then the red right here is the 1 that we risk. So that's it right there. And then as you see, the trade is going, you know, in our direction, but we know that it's up to the market of where price wants to go. That's what it's up to. So this was the zone, but no, I just wanted to show you that. And if price would have went up, it wouldn't have mattered. This exact move right here would have duplicated to the upside. So like where it came down, so this move right here, and I want you guys to get used to understanding what I mean by this. But that move could have done this right here, guys. So this is essentially what would have happened. The market would have done that right there. So it would have done that exact move to the upside. So we would have gotten stopped out right here, exited here, and price would have done this exact move. It would have duplicated that right there. And this is something I want to explain to you guys so that you can start thinking from a different place in trading. So last night we sold on odd JPY. Remember, the setup that we did on odd JPY, this was the sellers were through here. This was the selling zone. This is where buyers were located. Every time the price got to this line, price went up. Price hooked under this line. So I'm looking at a sell off at this point. So remember, this is a bigger time frame trade. So we sold down here. This is where we sold at, down here. But what I did with my stop loss, I want to remind you guys, because I've seen some of you guys in the chat and some of the stuff you were saying. My stop loss is right up here. My stop loss is right above this high, because what I'm not worried about how high this can go up, how far this thing can drop. What I'm focused on is seeing exactly where the buyers and the sellers are located at, and understanding the key core levels of where traders are going to enter and exit at. So when I did this trade, I told you guys this was a swing trade when I said I want to look at possibly holding this trade for some days, because I think essentially that's what it's going to be. It's going to take some days. Even if it stops us out, we have another entry point for our trade. It's right here off this line. But the reason why I want to essentially get out right here is because the next place that traders get short at, where they want to start selling, is right at this line. So this was my trade right here. This is the actual target of the trade. We sold right there. What do we go in profit? We went in profit 7% if you guys did a 10% risk. And I was at 3.5%. Yeah. So because I did like a 5% trade. So I was like 3.5%, not even 1-to-1. So even if you guys see my story and seen the money I was up, that isn't even 10% of my account. So when this comes to here and you look at this at this level, that's all it went to. So those of you guys who start panicking and get nervous, or take the trade out, what you can't be focused on is the negative amount of money that you're down. You have to be focused on the entry and the exit strategy. Yes, it's frustrating to see our profits go down or to see us go up and to see us go down, but I'm telling you guys, if you cannot get to where right now you see $50 floating, $100, $300, $500, you are not going to get to where you can even make $10,000 a trade, $20,000 a trade. You're not going to be able to get there, because when the money gets to 1,000, when the money gets to 3,000, you're going to take it out, and you're going to mentally, you're going to demoralize yourself, because what will happen is those trades you take out 1,000, 3,000, if you ever get your account to a multiple 5-figure balance, you take it out because of money, because of the same habit that you've built up right now that you're doing with $50, $100, $300. That trade, watch this, exact same thing. I'm going to give you the same exact concept. This move that went and did this right here, okay, could have flipped and done this right here from that exact point. Nothing's changing this. Nothing's changing this to happen at all. Then here's the thing. Now the trade is 2-to-1 in profit. It's now 2-to-1 in profit, a little bit over 2-to-1. Looking at it, yeah, 2.1 in profit. And this is the exact move that it does. And where you guys took out it, you're probably telling yourself mentally, oh, I should have pulled out when I was up 100. I should have pulled out whenever I was up, $400 or $300. That's what you're telling yourself, especially when you see the damn thing negative and you're just irritated because you're like, I don't want to look at this thing negative. I don't want to see this, trade negative. But you have to understand, you have to remove your ego. So this is what I'm trying to get everybody to understand, is it's trying to remove the ego of, like, I want to make this money. I want this to happen. Of course, we want all these things to happen, but your ego wants it immediately. That's whenever it wants it. But in trading, it doesn't come down like that. This is why only 3% of traders succeed and ever make money in trading consistently over time, because it's a mindset mastery. It's a psychological mastery. So understanding that, yes, this exact move. So I'm trying to tell you, you have to look at both sides of this. You're looking at this from a negative standpoint, that your trade is negative and it's close to stop loss, and probably some of you guys took it out because you didn't want to lose any potential money, any more money. But what you have to understand is, if this goes your way, you realize, those of you guys who did 10% or even 5%, you realize you're up 10 to 20% of your account off of this move right here. That 10 to 20%, if you guys were at $50, you're going to be up literally double that. You're going to be up almost over double that. Those of you guys who are up 250, you guys are going to be up more than double of that. Those of you guys who are up 500, you're going to be up more than that. So you can't focus on and let it demoralize you mentally about whenever you're taking these trades, when you're doing these kind of things. You have to understand what trading is. You have to really connect. This is why I always talk about connection. So If we get stopped out, I don't want you guys to think it's a bad thing, I lost money, whatever. Now, here's the thing. If you guys have over-risked, that's when it starts to become not necessarily a good thing, because the one thing you can control in trading is your risk. All of you guys know this. So the one thing that you can control is risk. So if you know that every single time whenever you're going into a trade, you are putting proper risk on your trade, meaning less than 10% of your account on one trade, you understand it's about probabilities in trading. That's what it's about. So when you're doing this, when you're having these things go on, you know, like, okay, cool, I'm going to sleep and this is what I put on my trade. I put 3% risk on, I put 5% risk on, I put, 10% risk on. You go to sleep and that's what happened. Like and if it goes in your direction, you're gonna make X amount of dollars. And if it goes against you, you know exactly what you're gonna lose. You don't have to worry about that. And so seeing these things and understanding, this is why I walk through this so much with you guys. Because literally, I've talked to some of you guys today. I know some of you took the trade out. That's fine. This is where you're at in your chapter. It's fine. You just cannot place too much judgment on yourself and beat yourself up over it because you did that, or even the USD CAD trade or GBP CAD, whatever, all the different trades. There's many good opportunities in the market right now. But just because there's many good opportunities doesn't mean it's going to immediately go our way. This is why I try to tell you guys every moment is unique when we get into the market. Some trades we get in, they instantaneously go, like JPY last night. It instantaneously went our way. But here's what happened mentally. A lot of you guys attached yourself to that, oh, I'm in profit, I'm making money. All of a sudden you're showing your family, you're showing your friends, you're stunting on social media, all these different things. And then your ego starts to come into play. This is where the destructive habits can start to come into play because you're focused so much on the money, on posting this, on saying this, instead of that every moment is going to be unique. This thing could have kept going. That's awesome. If it would have kept going, I would have been really happy because I would have been up really a good amount of money. And I know you guys would have been up a good amount of money too. But it chose not to. It went above us. But here's the thing, or it started going against us. But it's going in the direction that where the money is. So don't forget, it's not about us in the market. It is about who has the most money. We have to strategically place our stop losses in areas that if the market is totally going against us, we exit. And then if we can see a better zone, if we can see a better level, that's where we enter again. So when I did this stop loss here, I could have did a smaller stop loss. Yeah, I could have did a smaller stop loss, but it made no sense to do a smaller stop loss at this level. This is the big daily zone right here. This is the big daily zone right here. So I'm going to put a stop right above this. If I get stopped out, I'm going to enter again right here. Why? Because the market tells me this is the cross of the uptrend right here. So I still like this for a sell, and I already said this is a swing trade for me. So this isn't like a super, forever long trade that I plan on being in. This is a trade that I plan on being in for a longer period of time, sorry. So this level right here, look at this. This is a 20 pip stop loss. I just want you guys to see this. That's entering right near a little bit below that line. Look at the same thing right here, guys. Same exact thing. This is entering right at that level. If price comes up to here, this is an instant execution area for me. That works. I told you guys, me getting in JPY was I'm testing out the market. I'm seeing if it's going to start already. It was throwing up a lot of bearish signs. So this move that it did to the upside, it doesn't throw me off. It doesn't scare me or anything like that because I know exactly what my risk is, what I'm getting into. But what I pay attention to is the levels of exit that I need to exit in order for me to stay in alignment with the market. So seeing this is my next zone. But my original trade is right here. And I already actually, once I seen price start moving down in that level, I think it was like 1:30 or something, or like 2 a.m. I know I don't know if you guys are on that texted me, but asked me about doing a sell stop because yeah, price was moving in that direction and sell stop in this low right here. I sell stopped the low because to me, whenever everything's starting to go in that direction, I want to catch the move all the way to the downside and double dip this pair and make even more money off of it. But it chose to go up. But right now, guys, you can't be focused on these, like, the little back and forth numbers and all these different things. Your stop is solidified right here. This is where it's at. If it goes there and takes us out, totally fine. We exit. But then this is our next entry point, is going to be up here. Now, that's what I wanted to go over on OddJPY. Here's what I want to go over on another trade I really like right now, is Odd USD. Now, there is a great level off the 4 hour. This is off 4 hour and daily, but there's two things that we have to pay attention to. There are the daily buyers through here that are heavily engaged, straight through here. But there's also, the market is coiling right now. This is a huge consolidation. Any of you guys who know trading, this is major. This is a whole month-long consolidation. Price is not going to sit here forever, guys. There's going to be, I can already tell you right now, it's getting lower, 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 lower. Solid bottom down here. We know for sure we buy, buy. We sell, 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 sell. So this is not the entry that I want, like right here, where it's too low off the point. But those of you guys who understand this, you know what you're doing. You're pulling your trend, and these are the I could do 25 pip stop losses on Odd USD literally all day and be fine, even 20 pip stop losses. But here's the zone right here. I really like this. Here's the zone. Here's the 3-to-1 right here. You guys see this easily right here. Pull this thing right over there. That works perfectly fine. Pull this thing right here. That works perfectly fine. Now, had we been paying attention to this, this would have been our entry right there. That's it right there. That is the trade. So I'm going to keep my eyes on this. I'm going to be looking at getting a trade in off of Odd USD. This is a really good level. I really like this. I can tell you, y'all, right now, if it does anything like this and it starts doing all this little back and forth shit right here, the farm will be sold right here immediately. Now, I mean, this, especially if I start seeing it just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and collecting those orders and building up those orders, because this is already the start of this is the start of it right here. And if we keep getting back and forth signs right there, that's only going to make me want to pull my stop loss a little bit lower, probably like 20 pips. Probably, yeah, like right there at like 20 pips. And this is going to be pretty much my zone, because this is my targeted sell zone. I want to get in the 60s. So obviously I want to go 77.6 something. That's really where like my target zone to get in is. And like I said, this is the Sagittarius perfectionist part of me. That's just how it is. That's just how I am with that. We could get away with a little bit more risk to reward. If you look at the bottom of this zone, that's 4.5. So we're looking at right here is our 3-to-1. So it doesn't take that much time to get there. But just like Odd JPY, these odd pairs, I can tell you right now, I bet GBP AUD is going to be a flip of this. I'm just going to go look at it. But this right here is a definite bearish. This is a definite bearish move. I'll go look at GBP AUD, and I bet it's the flip side, and it's probably no, yep, it's the flip side, and this thing is breaking out. No, it's actually not the same thing. That's interesting. Normally the GBP, this is normally the same. This thing's breaking off the sell zone there. Yeah, this thing has just been in a back and forth zone. I just wanted to look at that. I don't like this pair, though. I don't like it. That's not a good look. This is an example of when I say easier on the eyes, the easier it's going to be to trade. And that's what we got going on right here. Odd USD is like a give me sell off this zone. The only difference is this. Here's the difference. Odd JPY isn't at that level up here. If it was like right here, that would be at that level. This would be that level. But I don't want to take a chance of missing this trade right here. I would much rather, and this is the decision I tell you guys you have to make before you get into the trade. And you have to learn how to stick with that decision and actually believe that you're okay with it. I told myself, I'm getting in this trade right here. I'm okay with getting in this trade right here because I don't want to miss the potential move that this could have. I'm going to place my stop up here. I'm going to risk the percent that I risk. I'm going to be okay with it. I'm not going to take another trade until it reaches up in this level right here, and that's the next level I'm talking about. I just happened to see odd USD when I was looking at the market, and this is like really really good, really good level right here. I really like this, and it's the same thing. It's at a really a high up here, so it's up there, and so it's starting to do a lot of different pullbacks and stuff, or starting to show the reversal signs up there. So this is what I like. Price is getting consolidated heavy, so we're either going to see big breakout or we're going to see the drop inside of consolidation, which we get our 3-to-1 down to here, right there, or to like right here. And if we get the big break, I'm gonna sell stop it, and then I'm gonna try to catch the big move. But this is like textbook of a really good move. But yeah, so what I wanted to do, yeah, we are still in the same trade, Dario. We definitely are. I was going over it. I was going over the trade, the odd JPY. But what I want to do is open it for questions. But I'm gonna get off in probably about 10, maybe 15 minutes. But if anybody has any questions about USD CAD, about odd JPY or odd USD, um, please unmute yourself and
Uh,
let me know.
yeah, I got a question. With the RJPY, that level you're looking at above, you wouldn't want to put a sell limit on that?
No, I normally don't. So I know what you're talking, the sell limit up here. Um, I normally don't try to put the limit order, like an order in like that right here. I would rather just put an alert in and just look at the market, because what I noticed is whenever I do certain orders like buy limit, sell limit, sometimes it's due to news and sometimes I get spiked out on it. So what I do is I just put it, unless I'm going to sleep and I'm okay with it. But if I'm awake, I just always put a alert. So I put an alert on, and that alert just warns me about when it gets close to my level, and then that's when I do that. But no, as of right now, no, I don't. I wouldn't put a sell limit in. Right now, I want to see what it does around this 600 level, because we're 23 pips away, and I can tell you right now there is these buyers that this is what's going on right now. Looking at this is the sellers, and what has happened is that selling zone has turned into a buying zone off of these smaller time frames. So I can see this is what's going on right now off of this. But like I said, I'm fine with this thing hitting the level here, the stop loss. I want to see if it creeps to this zone right here. And this is going to be this is going to be the one I really, really like. This was like my, like testing the market to see if it was ready. That's why I didn't put a full 10% position on this trade right here. And I did such a wider stop, because on purpose, I was like, okay, if this is, but the risk to reward is still there. It's still a 3-to-1 trade, but it's like, okay, if I get this trade here and this goes in my direction, I can get that trade, put my stop up there, plus sell stop this thing right here, so I double dip it. I will literally do the same thing. If it comes up here, I'm gonna sell it here, no questions asked. I'm gonna have a much better chance of getting a 3-to-1 trade right here, because it's gonna hit the weekly, monthly, and daily highest point that it's been at. It's going to hit the yearly high, the monthly high, the weekly high, and the daily high all in the same time. So this is going to be a major level right here, and it's going to hit right under the cross of these sellers right here. So that cross is going to basically come almost at the same exact time. It's gonna hit, like, if it went straight up right now, it would almost hit it identically at that X point, but it would go about right here, and I would most likely place my stop about right there. So that would be, this would be about a 25 pip to 30 pip stop loss off this zone. So yeah, but no, what did you ask me again about? I don't forgot.
Just why you wouldn't put a sell limit up
Oh
there
yeah,
then.
yeah, yeah. Sell limit. Yeah.
Oh,
Nah, I'll watch it. Trust me, I'll be watching it. This
so
all
like
this in here. Like
80 area,
huh?
around the 80 area.
Yeah, 80-80. Yep, right around 80-80. So that's got 50 pips. But yeah, right around the 80-80 area. And like I said, I told you guys, this is a zone that we got in that this is deeper inside of consolidation. We want to try to stay out of that. Unless I do it and I say and I tell you guys like this is a trade we're going to take, most likely I don't want you guys to trade in consolidation because it's certain there's no reason for you guys to lose money that I can help you not have to potentially lose. So like this is a trade that is we got in a little bit inside of consolidation, but where I place my stop, this is going to be a very key level right here. If price rejects this right here, we will see price come back down most likely to somewhere in here. This is where we'll see price come down to somewhere in here. If it doesn't reject this, it is most likely going to go right up to this resistance right here. This is going to be our key zone to sell. That will be the key area. So, like I said, and I'm telling you guys, this just like when Devin and Jose talked to me yesterday and you guys listened to the conversation that we had, that was a great learning lesson for them because they're actually doing it. You guys are in a lesson right now. This is why I give you guys signals and I give you guys my trades because it's not just about your you're getting trades, you're paying me money, whatever. It's about okay, you're going to learn how to do this on your own in a year. It's going to make total sense. It's not going to take longer than a year to get this down. 6 months, you're probably going to be really good at this. In a year, you're probably going to totally understand like how to do this. The only difference is it's going to be mentally. How do you move past the habits and practices that you've built up that are holding you back right now? How do you let go of certain beliefs that are constantly holding you back that from making the type of income that you want? That's going to be the battle that you have to do. That's going to be the battle that you're going to have to overcome and you're going to have to be able to let go. The trading stuff is easy. Many of you guys who are just now getting into this in the last few months are starting to see you're understanding, you're getting it. Many of you guys who've been doing this are understanding how simple this is. Over time, it's just about okay, how can I start making consistent profits? What do I need to do? This is the lesson. This is the time right now. This is it. This is the time. Understand this is your exit. Take the L if it goes there. This is your entry right here. Somewhere in here, that's your entry. Put your exit right there and let the market do what it needs to do. That's it. You don't have to do anything else. That's what you have to allow to happen. Um, does anybody else have any other questions?
One more about did you go break even on USD CAD?
Yes, it's 1-to-1.
Cool, thanks. Yeah.
Did you get on late, Troy?
No, well, maybe like 5 minutes. You hadn't really started yet, though.
Okay, I was about to say because I put the thing on there about the 1-to-1.
Oh, okay.
What you took? You took USD CAD and odd JPY. That was what you did.
Yeah, 5% on each one. So.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, so you should be positive on overall, right?
Yeah, I'm positive overall.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Cool. Perfect. Yeah. And that's all I needed to hear. Um, anybody else have any other questions about that? Does anybody have any questions over what we talked about, or does anybody want to look at something?
I want to look at something.
What you want to look at, Tyler?
I want to look at a buy stop on GJ at like 750.
Yeah, like what he said.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this thing is see the thing that I just really don't and it's gonna be one of these annoying ass times. I just know how this is going right now. And I just don't know like and this is the interesting part of trading is what did I say last night? I said this pair is way better to get into off of a pullback. So this thing literally was up here when we were on the webinar last night. It was at this tippy top level, and it came all the way back down, and it pulled back to a zone again. And I said this last week, the buying zone on GJ, that this is like a perfect buying zone right here if it comes down. But it's crossed above this. But the thing is, I already experimented with this damn buy stop on GJ over here, and it went up a little bit over 1-to-1, and it came all the way back down in the zone again. And the thing is, it's doing the same thing, what you guys are talking about. It's setting up that zone at the 142.7, but this stop loss is gonna have to be a big stop loss because the range is too high. This is why I don't like it. I like it instant executing, but I don't like it. I don't like stop orders on it. The market is literally clipping orders like crazy right now off these stop orders, off these limit orders, and taking everybody out. Like I've literally experimented with my account in the last 2 weeks. Every single pair that I have instant executed since I started back trading on the 6th, I have went into profit. Well, I don't want to use dollar amounts. I just want to say I've went into profit 5 to 15% of my account. And of course, the money that I'm up is really nice, but the percentages, it's not there. Any trade I have put a limit order on, a buy stop, sell stop order, it's clipped it and immediately went against me, and boom, I lose 10% almost instantly. So, I mean, I know you guys know this. This is the pair that if you get it right, it will make you like 50% in a day, 60% in a day. So, I mean, I'm with it. Trust me, I'm with it, but the stop loss is, you're not going to like the stop loss that I'm looking at. I can just tell you, because I know you guys are going to go, you're going to go at the 7 mark. You're going to go like right here, but then you got to look straight left. Look where that touches over there on the left of my screen. That literally touches the tip of that wick on the daily. And that is the highest GJ has been since September 20th. That's going to be a very interesting, like, either breakout or pullback is going to be a very interesting level. And you're going to probably want to buy stop it at like 142.800, but the stop loss is going to have to go under these wicks, under these zones right here, under this. It's going to have to go under that. So it's going to have to go at like 142.2, which that's a 60 pip stop loss. That's actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be. But it's going to have to go under there. And you're going to have to put it above this wick over here. You don't want to put it dead even with it. And because look, this is the thing. It pulled, like, this was the first buy stop I did. Look what it did. It pulled all the way back to that zone. These zones here, if you did a buy stop like right here, I'm just trying to look at this at 1, 3, boom. This would be a buy stop zone here. Pulls all the way back. It pulls all the way back. How many pips does this pull back? 2, 300. That's a 100 pip pullback. This is like a 70. That's like a 90. So that's what I'm looking at, is like, where do I have to place this stop? Because that's the most important thing. But I can tell you, if GJ comes here, this is a buy all day. This is a for sure buy. I mean, easily. But I can see what you guys are talking about on it. It's just a interesting zone that you have to deal with. And I really don't like anything about this thing right now. It's just not easy on the eyes. But the payout's good. So I get it. I totally get it. Anybody else have any other pairs?
Hey, yo, JDR, what about GBP USD?
That's your pair, isn't it, Dejan?
That's the one, my dog.
That's the one, bro. Yeah, that would have been a good buy. That's about it. That's what I can see right there. Same thing. Choppy. I don't know. The GBP doesn't know what it's doing right now. I mean, that's clear. It is 100% clear it doesn't know what it's doing. Besides this range, it looks like, yeah, I'm just looking at this sell zone that I had marked up. It's going above it. This is your buys. These are your buys. Your sells are off of this right here. This is your sells right there. That's your sells. Yeah. Just seeing these things. This is the buying zone. This is a good buying
Might have
zone.
put the trade sell a little early then.
You said what?
If you're going to sell, I might have pulled it early, looking at the way I should mapping the chart out.
Where'd you sell?
I got it on the sell at look at it at 1.37356.
1.37 what?
356.
No, you got in like right here, didn't you? You got in literally like where price is. No,
Yep,
that's
got
about
that too.
that's about the highest of the sell you could have did. What is the stop loss that you did?
Yeah, right at touch.
Huh? You sound like a robot.
Solid. Stop loss is 37.53.4. My bad. Can you hear me?
37.53.
It's 1.37534. 4.
Yeah.
37.53.4.
I would go. Me personally, I would move. I mean, your entry is fire, but I would move. Let's see. You got in at 3. Yeah, you got in about as high as you could have got in. Personally, I would move it. So you're basically going right above this wick. You're basically doing like what Jorge did last week. I would go probably, let's see, how many pips is that above that wick? I would go 5 to 10 pips up on that. You're good though on the risk to reward. That's gonna be fire.
No, the risk reward is fire, dude.
Yeah, I mean you couldn't have sold any higher. You know, you couldn't have sold any higher. I know you this is pretty much your zone in here, so this is the zone you're working with right here. So no, I like it. That's good. That's like the highest of the high you could have sold, and that's solid right there on GU. 100%. 100%. I like it. I like it at that high up there. I definitely do. I'm not gonna trade this. I'm gonna go in odd USD though. I'm just being honest. I like odd USD more than I do GU. But hey, if GU falls off Earth, then I'm just extremely happy. I'm happy for you in doing that. But all right, guys. If you guys have any other questions, just text me. I'm gonna go get this. I am like could eat this couch right now. So I'm about to go bounce. This was recorded, so it will be on there for anybody who needs it. If anybody has any questions, just text me and let me know. But yeah, I just wanted to go over that on OddJPY on OddUSD because those are OddJPY was something I wanted you guys to really hear, and OddUSD was something I wanted you guys to see because it's at a really good zone. Then yeah, so the next webinar that we have, I don't think I'll be able to do the call on Sunday. I will let you guys know though on Sunday because I'm going to be traveling that day also. So I will let you guys know on Sunday though. But we got this. We good. Let's see what happens the rest of the week. I will be keeping up in the group chat about OddJPY or any other trades that I like. But I'll be keeping up with everybody for sure. But you guys have a great night. Have a blessed night. Any questions, hit me up and I got you guys. JDR is OUT. All right, y'all.
Have a good
Peace.
All right, bro. Have a good one.
Y'all.
Oh.